Yo, Thrash Potatoes, how you doing? What's happening? Gonna crack down on another one of these videos today. Probably check out a preset. I'm gonna check out some things that are in the news. I'm like, dude, what did you guys do? What did you guys do? Wait till I show you this freaking article in a minute, dude. But anyways, yeah, gonna show off, like I said, show off a preset. See if we can't find like a cool like metal one, you know what I mean? Talk a little bit about the news, talk a little bit about old Kirk Hammett, and maybe some things that I seen on another one or two artists here. So hopefully you enjoy. I know it's not the best quality, but at the end of this, I'm gonna do something new. I'm gonna do this thing I'm pretty much gonna call it the freaking practice amp section. You know what I mean? Because that's what I consider where I'm at right now. This is, you got the big wigs that are using full stacks and freaking pro equipment, and then you got us dudes down here. We're like the practice amps, you know what I mean? We're still in the garage just fiddling around. And what that means is at towards the end of the video, I'm gonna start shouting out other smaller YouTubers, you know what I mean? And not for any other particular reason, but just to like, you know what I'm saying? So I got a couple hundred folks that watch, you know what I mean? And if you watch it, or at least skip to the end over there, you can check them out. You know what I mean? Totally worth it. So first off, let's get into some articles. Let's see let's see what's happening here. Let me flip it over. All right, dudes. What'd you guys do to Kurt? I think after the whole the whole solo issue that just popped off, dude's feeling a little bit pushed up against a wall, I guess you could say, cause dude is heated, man. You know what I mean? Pop over to Metal Sucks, dude. We got this freaking article right here that says Kirk Hammett says, "Fuck your jokes. If I feel like stepping on the wall, I step on the fucking wall." You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? People say stuff about Zach's, pinching harmonics. Dime squealed every solo. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Cracking a little fun, I think. But like I said, I think with everything that happened, dude just got a little defensive, man. He says right here, the wall enables him to mirror the inner voice in his head and in his heart. That's what he's hearing. All these manipulated notes and tones, because that's what the human voice is like. We cycle through all these different tones and frequencies when we speak. When I step on that wall pedal and I hear that click, well, I'm hearing that click in my brain and in his heart. And his brain is hard at the same time. I mean, I get that. I gotta hit, like when I like fiddle around. Every time I end, I gotta hit this three and just freaking, bend it all stupid. Everybody's got their own little niche, but he does use it quite a bit. And then, he says he doesn't care what anybody fucking says. If he feels like stepping on the wall pedal, he's gonna step on that damn wall pedal. You know what I mean? It brings him closer to what he's hearing intentionally. And that's what the whole point of gears, to help bring things, that you hear internally out into the external world. It's cool, yeah, I get it. He's freaking doing his thing, but then again, I'm thinking Metallica's just falling off a little bit. Only because, like I said, you got two types. When you go to music, you got two types. You're struggling to get up. You're struggling to get that next rung on the ladder. You're thriving. You want that success. You want to get out there. You want to see the world. You want to be that dude on stage getting it. You know what I mean? You're hungry for it. And then the second type, you're just obsessed. No matter what you do, you want to jam. You're always thinking of music, no matter how much money you got. It's always the next song. But when you got like millions and millions and millions, and you're just sitting in these little practice rooms practicing the same thing over and over and over, you're gonna get burnt out. The way Metallica's doing it, you're gonna get burnt out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said. And then there's I'll come across another article, and I'll kind of explain what I think's going on with these dudes. They need a break. For one thing, they need a break. You guys are killing Kurt. Leave him alone, man. Let him go surf and maybe smoke a cigar or a joint or something. Let him relax, man. Because this dude is high strung up against the wall. Come on, fellas. I mean, really, nobody's really doing nothing. He's just, I guess trying to explain himself. But man, it's horrible. Now check this out. I got another one I'm gonna show you real quick. Let me flip it over, and we'll go see another one. You check this one out. This is what I mean. I'm gonna explain everything right here, what I think's going on. Now, check this out, dude. freaking, I think like Lars even knows what not what me personally what I'm talking about, but I think what everybody's talking about, like you get all this money, you don't give a crap. And I mean, Lars is like the main one who's got a bunch of money. He just gave up. He don't really. He's like, I'm gonna do it because it makes me more money, but I really don't care. That's how I feel. And I'm not saying he couldn't. You sit down for a month and just hit it hard, maybe get some freaking, maybe get some injustice stuff going on, but I just don't think he cares. I think he knows that we know that he don't care, so he's coming up with stuff like this. You know what I mean? We still don't really feel like we belong, no matter how successful we are. Let's get into this a little bit. Let's see what he's saying. Because yeah, this is what I'm saying too. He says, at the time back in the 80s, the music business was very formulative, or formulatic. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. It's like, this is how you're supposed to do it. You get signed to a record company, you get a chunk of money, then you go make a record on their terms, by their formula, and their directive, and then they promote you, they promote you how they want to promote you, and then blah 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 blah. Now wait, but I'm gonna stop. Apologize for the bad reason. I can't speak so well. I got like speech problems. You know what I mean? So like what I don't think these guys get, what I don't think they understand is, nowadays it's still formulatic. There's still a formula to it. Excuse me. But it's a different type of formula. What they're not realizing, and what everybody's not realizing, is the new wave, the new form, the new way to, back in the early 90s, or mid 90s, it was the internet itself. Boom, things started changing. You know what I'm saying? As far as digital music, now freaking you got to swap over, this and that here and there. But at the very end here, what it is freaking, the new thing to do, the new record to make, is to get up on this YouTube. You got to bust your butt on that. Now look, I've seen, and the reason I say that is I've followed a lot of these channels to where they were doing nothing but fiddling around on a guitar, to where now they're productive businesses, like guitar businesses. There's a way to do it, and there's a way to be successful, and someone needs to tell either Lars or Metallica, you're not belonging, because you're not putting really the effort into it. You don't have that thrive anymore. You got your money and you're good, or you just need a break, man. I'm not talking down on them. They're one of my freaking all-time favorites, no matter what, dude. But I really think they're freaking burnt out, like big time. I just don't think they freaking, I think they got in it. Let's see what else he says. I'm going to read, but again, like I said, I got like speech problems, so it's not going to be the greatest. But check this out. He says, of course, we weren't interested in that. We weren't buying into that. We didn't think that any of that would be a possibility, so we just started doing our own thing, making up some tapes, sending them to people in Europe, and then very slowly started realizing that there were more like-minded people. Oh, what? Let me see. Music fans like ourselves, who didn't want their music to come out of the mainstream formula that the record company sort of provided. Now, I'm going to call a little bit of BS on that, and exactly in this next article, that obviously the Gambit worked for Metallica, and by the time they released their commercial smash 1991's Black Album, they did not only achieve a great deal of success for themselves, but they transformed the entire landscape of heavy music. Now, that's the truth, but some of us freaking old crusty dudes, we were rocking Metallica like before freaking the Black Album, because it wasn't all this that he's saying. It was that us dudes that didn't want to listen to freaking, we didn't want to listen to freaking, no offense, we didn't want to hear Poison. We didn't want to hear, Skid Row is all right, but I still think Sebastian Bach's a douche, but that's just me, you know what I mean? We didn't want to listen to the crew. The crew, you had no choice. Whether you liked them or you hate them, you're going to hear them because they were popping back then. You know what I mean? But, like Cinderella, wanted to listen to Cinderella. We didn't want to listen to Striper. We wanted something heavy and hard. And, we knew about these things already. We were trading tapes, like, back and forth all day, And this is not the the 80s trading tapes, underground stuff that you hear that them talking about. This is still the 90s. We were, and then when it switched over to CDs, of course we're burning CDs, you know what I mean? So what he's saying is they were not only accepted, but they paved the way. So I don't know what he's talking about. It makes no sense to me. So I kind of think, let me see, even so, Ulrich feels like that all of their achievements are temporary and that they'll still regenerate outsiders evading mainstream party. Come on, man. Talk about mindfucks. That this was this crazy mindfuck that anybody could predict was going to happen all of a sudden. Metallic, sudden popularity. Bullshit. They were popular. Dude, other bands were going to see these dudes back when they didn't even have an album. Alright, that wasn't all the bands that were edgy, moved towards the mainstream. You all, come on, dude. Not only the Black Album, but Load and Reload. You guys freaking love that money. I don't care what you say. You guys love that money. You're like, oh, we've done everything metal. We're going to branch out. Look at Motorhead. Did Motorhead branch out? No, not at all. It's the money, dude. I'm telling you. They got to the top of that ladder and they liked it there. So they kept going. That's my opinion. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Metallica because I love Metallica. I just wish like I said, they would take like a couple years off. Don't tour, get away from it, let your voice heal, whatever you got to do, and then maybe come back. You guys are just, it's more like, have you ever heard the story about Jason Newsted talking about how he got canned? Unbelievable. It was just like a business thing, and it still is. I think the band aspect is gone. I think they're making music because they're like, we need to produce. You ever work in a warehouse? You know what I mean? If your assembly line freaking messes up or just stops moving, you don't got nothing going out in shipping. You know what I'm saying? That's all this is, dude. If you ask me, that's my opinion. And that's what I'm saying. He says, where were we at? He says, it wasn't all the bands were toward the mainstream. It was that the mainstream moved out towards where all the edgy bands were. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. That is not true. Not true whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? You remember when freaking Machine Head did a rap album? You know what I'm saying? You remember when freaking Sepultura did Roots because they were just so in love with how Korn sounded. You know what I'm saying? Listen to Diablos Musica, and like I said, I ain't shitting on none of them, even though I used to be, but I'm not a huge fan of Machine Head just because, and not because he was like that whole thing with Phil. That's between them. I don't give a shit about that. But just because they do it super political, and I understand, and I say, dude, keep all these weird politics out of there. They're like, oh, politics was always in music, but check this out. It wasn't the whole thing that they talked about on their spare time. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't like this. It wasn't I gotta cry about every little freaking thing, I mean, to the point where your band members freaking leave you, because they throw some stuff in there. Listen to Megadeth, dude. Megadeth, if you want to talk politics, that's how you do it. You ask Dave something, he's going to tell you. You don't sit there and just get on a freaking soapbox and just blah, blah all day, all night, you know what I mean? Nobody asked, wait till someone asks, then tell somebody some shit, but whatever, but that's bullshit. That's not what happened, dude. Not at all. You know what I mean? And he's saying that okay, let me see. They moved out towards where the edgy bands were, and then 10 and 20 years later, all this crazy stuff that everybody was doing became mainstream. I think you're wrong, Lars. I think you're wrong. I don't know if you're trying to justify like maybe this latest album wasn't what you wanted. It didn't get the freaking immediate success you wanted. I mean, it probably did. I never looked at the charts to see where it's at, but I'm pretty sure it's popping up there. I just think, like I said, it's a formula now, and what the formula is, while you guys are sitting there just tour, pump out an album, tour. You got these hungry freaking YouTube dudes that are out there like, well, freaking, I'm shredding it up. Not only are they shredding it up, but they're freaking, they're entertaining. They're entertaining what's the next crowd. That's how you're doing it. Unfortunately, people still go to your shows or whatnot, but the main crowd, like when you can have a show anytime you want and just throw it up on the YouTubes or the TikToks and the Twitters, you know what I mean? That's where it is. Eventually everybody's going to catch up and figure that out. It's a slow thing. It's like I tell people, okay, back in the 80s, I grew up like a computer nerd, believe it or not. Even if I busted into your house and I'd be like, dude, is that a Tandy? You know what I mean? I'd sit there and I'd play freaking the OG Warcraft with you. You know what I mean? You probably get away from me freaking doing some bad stuff. Anyways, enough about that. But what I'm saying is, like, I was a computer. I grew up with the Commodore 64. We went to the Commodore 128, to the Amiga, and then so on and so on. But back in those days, if you had a computer in your house, you were a freaking nerd. This freaking nerd. You know what I mean? Us geeks over there freaking coding. You know what I'm saying? The what the world knew of computers was the little freaking Macintoshes that they put in school that you could absolutely do nothing. They were black and white, turned everybody off on it. But once it evolved, now if it's just weird, everybody's got it. You got to roll with it or get rolled over. It's like my favorite computer, the Commodore. They didn't run with it. They messed up their whole business. They wouldn't like innovate, and they're gone. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Metallica's ever gonna be gone, but I just don't think they're getting how it's going right now. I mean, I seen that they finally made a video, and it popped off. That's the way you got to do it. I think every band should have like a YouTube channel just so they can let their fans know what's going on constantly. Throw up a couple videos. You have people filming you constantly anyways. And I know you have the official Metallica, but you don't run that. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it, you'll make a video and put it up. You don't have the same hunger or passion as these dudes out here do. And that's my honest opinion. If you don't bring yourself back down, like say you're going to have to invent something like Kill 'Em All again, all over again, but instead of saying all you have is this guitar and this amp, you're like, check this out, dude. You have every amp sim that you want. We can plug it in, make it as loud as we want. You can get any sound that you want. You can do this and that, as long as you stay away from auto tune. Just let your voice rest, James. You know what I mean? But you have all this, and then once you're done, you can throw it right up and just show everybody that wants to see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you would get, if they would kind of come down off their little run for a little bit. Like I said, they're always touring. They're always doing something, but like as far as like the fan base goes, they're disconnected completely because they're too big. They're too big. The only people that are even gonna touch them is like maybe they do a big 4-2, and then they'll bring in other bands, and you'll see Dave on there talking to his fans on this thing all the time. Not directly, but at least making a video or whatnot. Look at this band Psycho Stick. I don't know if you ever heard of their goofy band, but dude, they're live streaming on Twitch. You think Metallica would ever live stream on Twitch? Hell no, because it's above them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why they get a little upset that like when a YouTube guitarist blows them out the water and they're gonna talk shit a little bit, it's like and the people are gonna more take their YouTuber side. That's why, because these YouTubers are connected. A lot of the big ones, they won't answer you, or they'll your comment will get lost in the sea of comments. But a lot of times you'll at least get that like on your comment. If you said something that catches their eye, they'll at least come back at you. There's still that connection with the people, and people are going to thrive to that more than they're going to thrive to, of course, that's their favorite band. But I mean, when they come around, you think I want to take like 4 people to go see them, especially with the tribute, going on. Yeah, how much is that going to cost me? That's just an insane amount of money. You know what I mean? But say I want to watch, I won't throw any names, but say I want to watch one of these bigger YouTubers, all I got to do is click, oh, this dude's going to freaking, he has a Discord, or he's about to go live, or he does a regular scheduled freaking show. I can catch up on a show. You know what I'm saying? They're more connected to the people. So I don't know. I think Metallica needs to just kind of stop and breathe for a little bit. I mean, every time they make a new album, it's like, oh, it brings us back to this day. Bring us back. Quit trying to go back to that day. You know what I mean? You know how to make heavy. Make new heavy. You know what I'm saying? Just make new heavy. Quit trying to. That's your problem, probably. You're trying to go back to. Take a rest, relax. Don't maybe not drink some beers, but you know what I'm saying? Sip your wine, or go surfing, or maybe go freaking visit your cousin you ain't talked to in like 7 years. And he ain't doing too good, and he's still out and down. He freaking running around, maybe freaking, I don't know, working in Carson on the docks or something, and then Go live that life with him for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Be a regular person for a while. That's my opinion on that. Now, I have another one that just blew my mind I got to talk about real quick. All right, y'all. This is ridiculous. Super ridiculous. If you were into music in the '90s, whether it was metal or whatever's going on, you knew what was going on with Nirvana because they were freaking big. I mean, I ain't even lie. Nirvana was huge. I dug them. I listened to a few of their albums. I'm not gonna say they sucked or nothing. That dude was all right. But who did suck? I don't give a shit. If this is one of your favorite bands, that's cool. Because you probably hate like 9 bands I listen to. That's all right. We can still get along. But Hole fucking sucked. Hole was fucking pure garbage. And even in the '90s, it'd be the same thing if we had if we had social media then. That's the one thing we'd be saying. Hole fucking sucks. Because you know what I mean. Like I said, that's what happens if heroin started smoking crack and freaking speedballing, it learned how to play 2 chords on the fucking guitar. That's what Hole is. You know what I mean? And no offense to actual drug addicts, but this is just this is the coming down of it right here, because Hole is garbage. Anyways, somebody had mixed up. I'm not gonna click on it. You can click on it yourself if you want to hear it. But here on Metal Sucks, somebody mixed up Kurt Cobain singing Hole. I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna have to go check out the article, man. But this is just no, dude. Let me make sure. Let me see. Meanwhile, when it comes to Courtney Love herself, Courtney Love has been clamoring for more feminine representation. That's what I'm talking about. Check this. I mean, dude. Like, I actually don't like L7. You know what I mean? I think they're were goofy. They were in all this and all that. You know what I mean? They were goofy. They were freaking they weren't very musically talented, and that's only my thing. They put more effort. Like I watched a documentary on them, and one of them actually said that, well, I knew I couldn't play for shit, so I had to make it up with attitude, right? I don't like them personally, but see, I'm one person in millions and millions. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean they weren't still a very important and a very influential band. You know what I'm saying? My only problem, is okay, you want to hear some feminine representation? Excuse me, freaking listen to Crypta. Dude, I am in love with that fucking band. I'm not a fan. I'm gonna be honest, ladies. Don't be upset. I'm not a huge fan of like female singers, because it's every time it's almost like a try hard, it's just weird shit, weird fucking, weird gimmicks, made growling, singing all silly. And then one day I heard that band Crypta. Oh my god, and it's not only the fact that they were good, that chick can freaking not only fucking pound on the bass, but she can sing like a motherfucker. You can see that they're doing it for the love of it. They don't care that their chicks out. You know what I mean? I'm sure they probably are going to say something because they are. Every female band's got to let us know female representation. And I get that back in the days, because back in the days it was real shitty for them chicks. You know what I'm saying? But but you can tell, you could see it that they're jamming because they fucking love to jam. And you want to talk about, I am fucking jealous on how good they can play, dude. That's fucking kudos to that band. If you've never heard them, I'm gonna put one of them link things so you can hear them. They are freaking amazing. That's the one band that was like chick singing, that you could tell she's singing from the heart. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck yeah, dude. That's one band I'm into. You can't be like fucking Courtney Sludge and freaking, you probably not even practice weeks before you're gonna get up there and play this dumbass song, smoking cigarettes and fucking talking shit to your crowd and thinking that's cool. It's fuck that, dude. You want female representation? Go listen to Crypta. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? So I had to stop even reading it because of that. I'm even gonna put in the cut, dude. But anyways, let me see. It took the Rock and Roll Hall 30 plus years to induct Nina Simone and Carole King. All right, Linda Ronstadt released her debut album, Nice Strength, blah, 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 the stadiums. So this is just all about freaking being like, you do, I get that. Like I said, I'm gonna go back to the L7 thing. You know what I mean? I didn't like them. I really didn't. Because I'm like, fuck it. Is this female representation? Every single one of these bands are just garbage from that era. But like I said again, I have nothing but fucking respect for him. Like I said, even when it came to freaking like even if like somebody came on this thing and said fuck you, you're stupid, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's like I still wish you a good day, just like them. I don't dig that band. That band has absolutely fucking like I need to hear some heavy, and it has nothing to do with the music. It has nothing to do with them. I just need some heavy. It's the same reason I'm not gonna stop this video and go listen to Nat King Cole, excuse me, is because I don't listen to it. I need the heavy. You know what I mean? Not all the time, but I have my particular bands that aren't heavy that I'll listen to. But this, it's like I said, it's either like a no offense, ladies, but it's like a try hard, or it's like it's feminine first, then music, attitude first, then music. I gotta put on, I gotta dress as girly as fuck as I can with a little fucking, a little metal jacket, a little leather jacket, and it's gotta be growl, 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 growl. See, I just, to me it always sounds silly. Like I said, until I saw that band Crypta, dude, they you can tell. Just fucking jam. Just jam like everybody else, dude. Just get out there, pay attention to what you're jamming and jam. And when you see that shit and they want to fucking be like, someone's always going to bring up the fucking female, this and that, blah, 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 ladies. You know what I mean? Get out there, hit it hard, play better than get up there. And if your influence is like Eddie Van Halen, for example, get up there and rock that shit. You know what I mean? Quit getting on YouTube, smiling all dumb and hanging your fucking titty over the guitar and being like, get out there and rock, dude. You know what I mean? Or hit it hard, because eventually the videos where you're just sitting there smiling, fucking, even if you're shredding it up, that's gonna get boring. You know what I mean? After I seen you do that fucking 30 times, I'm gonna see you again and just kind of flip through it. Because yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? It's you're doing another one of them. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and hit it hard. Quit. It's almost stereotypical. You know what I mean? So I mean, this was going to be about, about somebody, putting Kurt in fucking. But it turned out that, of course, I got to get irritated because this is female representation, and I don't care about that. You represent, you do it hard. But if you're coming out like a beast, powerful, ready to represent, you throw on your guitar and you're just like, and then like, hey, fuck you, you're gonna talk about fucking the old drummer of my freaking this and that here, fuck you, and get out. You know what I mean? Shit like that, like that's ladies, you're gonna let that represent you? Come on now. Anyways, I had to bring this one up. You know what I mean? So it kind of got me heated because, like I said, it was supposed to be about this AI bullshit. It went into this feminine shit. And if it was anybody else, you know what I mean? Courtney Sludge sucks. I don't give a shit. And yeah, like I said, and watch the freaking the documentary on freaking L7. You'll find it, and that's what, like I said, even if you don't like the band, like myself, you know what I mean, you're gonna respect the shit out of it. You know what I mean? But like Joan Jett, you know what I mean, is freaking just amazing. There's amazing women out there that have been doing it way longer than Courtney Sludge, that have the right to say fucking, you know what I mean? I went out there and I busted my ass, you know what I mean? And I don't have to name them, you know who the fuck they are, you know what I'm saying? It just, some people just need to complain about something, and that's one of the main ones. Check this out. We've come to the section of the cheesy videos where, I call this the practice amp. We are doing the practice amp. Welcome to the practice amp, and what the practice amp is, alright, check this out. Most of us aren't going to get all big and huge on famous on YouTube, and that's fine. Some of us just want to have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Some of us just want to sit there and check out some freaking guitar vids, see what's going on in the music world, this and that, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's cool and all, but it really bothers me that, like, whether they can shred, or they can't, you know what I mean? These mofos, everybody, most people, you know, they'll watch a chick as long as she can sling the titty over the guitar and like smile and do whatever and look all dumb or look all whatever, excuse me. They're gonna get bazillions of views, you know what I mean? But there's dudes out there that if they're whether they're riffing, whether they're still learning, they're you know, we're out there trying to have fun, you know what I'm saying? So this is a so you got them dudes that are just well established. You got them chicks that are just freaking wearing the tightest thing they can to show you their freaking little guitar lick. But you got us dudes down here that just want to have fun and rip, dude. You know what I'm saying? So what the practice amp is I'm gonna shout out some of the smaller channels that I watch, dude, so that I got a few hundred people that watch this, you know what I'm saying? So I like if you come across this, you need to check it out. You need to check these dudes out. And right now, who we got right here is my bro Crushing Axes. This dude is cool as shit. This is one of the coolest freaking dudes that you can even have freaking hang out with your channel, support you, or you know watch whatever you want to watch. And dude's putting some heart in his jamming. You know what I mean? He's got some good riffs. He's out there in Brazil. You know, all you Brazilians represent. Solid dude. You know, so we're gonna watch one of his videos. I'm gonna throw it up. I'm gonna shout him out. You know what I mean? And you guys gotta check it out, dude. Get a chance. Just his videos are short. Just go over there and watch a video or two, man. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. Let's check this one. We'll check one out. You know what I'm saying? Let's just watch him jam real quick. It might be a little loud, but I can adjust the volume. Watch. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? That's freaking awesome. You know what I mean? So that's my boy, Crushing Axes. He works a lot with the amp sims, the free plugins. So if you want to check out what some plugins sounds like, he's got some cool axes. You know, and he's always throwing up a pretty sick vid. Get a chance, check it out. You know what I'm saying? And that wraps up the freaking practice amp. And then let's go ahead and check out a preset real quick. We're just gonna check out one because this video is pretty long. All right, let's do it. All right, y'all, check this out. We've come to the preset test part. We're only gonna check out one. You know, I do separate videos. I'll throw these in those videos that are dedicated to that. You know, this is my like I said, you're sorry for the noise. You're in the ghetto of YouTube if you ain't noticed by now. Again, I want to let y'all know I'm running off a $16 USB speaker from Amazon. That's what you're hearing. See, this is what happens when you're in the ghetto of YouTube. You know, you get your hands on the amp sims, which is where, you know, most of the hard-earned cash goes. You know, you don't want to just jam it with headphones or a stock laptop speaker. So it's time to go to Amazon and just get what you can until you can get some monitors. You get yourself a little speaker, you know, you rig it, you make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just what you do. You know, like I said, ghetto YouTube. Back in the day when the big TV broke, you stacked a little TV on top of it. That's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna check out the boosted gain, see what it sounds like. Just do a quick riff, some cheesy noodles, and then we'll see if it's pretty cool or not. I've been talking right through it so you can hear the fuzz. Let's just hear the jam. You know what I'm saying? Let's check it out. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I like that. That one's pretty sweet. Again, that was a boosted game. Sorry for the terrible playing. I'm just kind of like I've been more focused on other things than jamming lately. But I'm gonna get back to it. For the past couple of days, I haven't been practicing hard. I just got finished doing a tattoo on my boy. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get back to practicing. So sorry about the cheesy jamming, but the thing itself, like I said, I rate my things through potatoes. You know what I'm saying? And if you gave me a bag and I had 1 through 10, I'm gonna take 10 on this one. You know what I'm saying? This is freaking sweet. So, anyways, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. I'm pretty sure you didn't make it this far. If you did, that's pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? But I doubt you did. That's cool though. You know, I don't give a shit. But hopefully, like I said it once, twice, a million times. I don't give a shit if you like. I don't give a shit if you subscribe. You know what I'm saying? But if I freaking gave you some type of little enjoyment or helped you out with some stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I could help. Anyways, we'll see you the next round. You guys have yourself a great night, great day, whatever whenever you see this. Keep on rocking. Remember, be good or be good at it. We'll see you the next round.